Questlove Show is a production of iHeartRadio. Actually, I did have, like, the typical multi-hyphenate achievement scroll for you. But we were kind of mid-small talk conversation. Go ahead, finish what you were saying, and then I will introduce you as if you need an introduction. But go ahead.
Well, first off, it's an honor to be here.
Good, sir.
Mr. Love,
Mr. Rocky, how are you?
Oh, man, never better, man. Like I was saying before, I'm going to let you do your ill-ass introduction, but we were just talking about trying to keep the chi, the energy, the feng shui in one room. So I was just, explaining to you how I can't even sleep without a nightlight and all the doors closed.
Where does that come from?
From a fortune cookie. It said, the ones you love, even the ones that's not here with you, are always looking over you.
Oh, I believe that.
I'm like, even when I'm in the bathroom, like.
Oh, dude, okay. So I had a medium situation. Like, I was gifted a medium for my 50th birthday. And a shout out to Laura Lynn Jackson.
Which is like a type of like psychic ability.
Well, yeah. I mean, initially I thought it was something closer to like what Whoopi Goldberg was on
in
Ghosts. But yeah, Laura Lynn Jackson is. I knew nothing of that world, and she's like one of the most. She has like the most popular Netflix show, or whatever. And I was gifted her for my birthday, and the stuff she was communicating to me, as far as the ancestors that are walking with us right now. Yes, They're amongst us.
That's exactly why that center scene is so epic.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. Yes, it is.
So make that introduction, baby.
All right, here we go. Really, you need no introduction. I will say that you have our guest has redefined the landscape of music and fashion. Most notably, the perception of New York City in terms of culture, hip hop, of course, but just beyond that. I can attest that his critically acclaimed albums, notably Long Live ASAP, and I will say that at long last ASAP, it's good to finally have this conversation with you, because I will say that for Tariq, Black Thought, at long last ASAP was always his backstage ritual.
What?
Music. Oh, dude.
Get the fuck out.
I think even by osmosis, like I know everything by heart. Like
what
it's literally,
fuck?
It's.
I mean, you
it's
played drums on a few of those when we did
right
Jimmy Fallon back in the day, but yeah,
no, massive fan. But I'll basically say that our guest today has really been the paradigm shift of the culture of hip hop. I'll say that you're probably the last Mohican of the mixtape rappers. Now that we're totally in the streaming era, of course you co-chaired the Met Gala. My second one, I was honored. The Superfine Taylor in Black style. Not to mention pushing boundaries in your acting, starring in Spike and Denzel's Highest to Lowest. I love Rose Byrne to death, so I believe that she's going to have an Oscar in her collection for If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You.
She deserves it.
You're currently serving creative director right now for powerhouse brands like Ray-Ban and Puma, and now you're right on the cusp. Your next journey in music. Curious title, Don't Be Dumb. I like this. And I don't know. I'm just so excited to have you here, ASAP Rocky, coming to the Questlove Show. Thank you, man.
Thank you for having me, brother.
How are you? All right, so I want to know, what is the first thing you do in the first half hour of your day? What's the first thing you did in the first half hour of your day today?
I usually wake up, brush my teeth, check my phone, chill with my kids, and that's how I start my day. Not in any particular order, but it varies. Like one day, depending if I go to sleep busy, wake up busy, sort of like this week, and next week, I wake up and I just answer whatever emails and text messages I forgot to the previous night, and I just go see my, converse with my lady, and go see my kids in their rooms, and
Now that you're about to release this record, is the cycle different now? Like, are you in promotion mode right now, or?
Yeah, I'm in promotion mode, man, and it's like now I wake up and get straight to it. I try to go for like a jog, hit the gym, and get my mind right. Hit the sauna, sweat out. Yeah.
Were you born in Harlem? Now I'm just finding out that you were also Pennsylvania resident.
Yeah.
When did this happen?
So I was born and raised in Harlem and the Bronx, New York, and when I was around 8-9 years old, I moved to Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. Well, actually Hershey, Rutherford, Pennsylvania, and then in Dauphin County. Then I was living in back and forth from New York to Harrisburg, North Carolina, places like that. But I might have lived in PA for about, like, I would say a significant amount of time, maybe like 6 years, 5 or 6. Yeah.
When I was a kid, going to Hershey Park was always like a treat. Like if you get a good report card or something, we'll take you to Hershey. I'm a Philadelphian, and so always there. So were you a Hershey Park regular or?
Regular. That chocolate factory, smelling all the cocoa, and
has a whole city.
Now, you know what I'm saying? It's just a crazy experience when they measure the kids off of like different candies, right? So it's like, if you're really short, you like a Twizzler, and if you're taller than that, you're a Reese's. If you're taller than that, you're Hershey's chocolate. Like, I think the smallest is a Kiss.
Okay.
Hershey Kisses. Man, you bringing back memories, and you making me hungry right now. Let's say.
Paint me your version. Like, what are your fond memories of Harlem?
Lots of fond memories, man. I mean, to this day, I was just in Harlem yesterday at a school, and just chilling with the kids, some fourth graders, teaching them how to rap. I love Harlem, man. Right after that, I went to go see my grandmother 3 blocks away from there, and chill with her for the rest of the night. Harlem is just in my DNA. What I picked up from Harlem is it made me a renaissance, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Harlem is the shit, man. It's just so much culture to adopt from and adapt to.
For all the boroughs, I'm pushing my 20th year of kind of denying that I'm a New Yorker. I think one has to live here for 20 years.
At least 10.
All right, so when did you claim, well, you were born here, so you're a native New Yorker.
Yeah.
All right. I'm pushing year 18, so, and, Philadelphia is a very jealous city, so I have to at least do 20 years before I do it.
All right, so this is how you measure a different, being able to, claim a different region, right?
Okay.
You take your age. So say if you're, 30 years old, right? And if you've been living in Philly for 15 years, in New York for 15 years, I mean, right there, it's a little toss-up. But say if you living in New York for 16 years, Philly for 15, I think you can claim New York.
All right, give me 4 years. Your dog, you already know Philly's known for booing. I can't.
I don't want to get you in no trouble, man.
Yeah, well, okay. So when I go to Philly, so I used to scratch my head often, and you'll hear this about sports cats, like basketball dudes, and even some rappers I know, where, especially in the 80s and 90s, they would go back to their old projects, or they would go back to their old neighborhood and whatever, and I'd be like, why would you ever want to return there? But then one day I started doing that, where I'll just get in a car, I will drive down to Philly and just look at ghosts or old neighborhoods or whatever. Now that Harlem is what I think it is, which it's
very gentrified.
Totally, yeah. I was going to say super gentrified.
Not my blocks though.
Can you still go home, or is it just not the same anymore?
Oh man, nothing is the same. Everything changes, right? But I'll say this: I think the older I get, significantly, I have this kind of innate passion to, kind of go back to where it all started. So at the end of the day, let me give you a prime example. Like, if you were like, how old were you when you first got your first record deal and you guys like blew up?
I was 22.
All right. So if you were 22 when you left the block, talking about chilling with guys, like depending on the type of person you are, but like typically chilling on the block, friends, cousins, whatever it is, doing, block activity, right? Chilling, smoking, drinking, joking, rolling dice, hollering at, girls or whatever the case is, right? When you actually find, success in what you like doing and it keeps you preoccupied, it is like, subsequently, it is a period of your time, a moment where you kind of outgrow those activities, rightfully so, right? But I haven't been a teenager for almost going on 20 years now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'll be 40 in 3 years. You believe that shit? So
that's a good thing.
Yeah,
because
for
most
sure.
of us never make it past that line.
For sure. I know I look 26, but
I'll be honest with you. I thought you were still 18, bro.
I take it as a compliment. But, at the end of the day, let me give you an example. Like, I had to drop, my grandmother refuses to move out of Harlem. She's from Barbados. First place she moved to was Harlem.
Right.
Back and forth from the Bronx to Harlem. She refuses to move out of her building. Everybody's like a community, and it's still like a community. Neighbors, neighborhood.
So you want to upgrade her, but she still insists.
She insists. I love how humble she is. I just paid the rent for everybody in her building this month. Shout outs to Built. And they were all so graceful and thankful and just appreciative. But the point I'm making is I'm in position to go back there now to do something that is actually, fundamentally positive in a sense, opposed to me just going back and doing the same old shit, right? So I went to drop her off last summer. She was at my hotel, and I went to drop her off, me and a couple family members. And, not to brag, I don't go, when I go to Harlem, I take the train, or I take like a anonymous.
You don't flex that much.
Yeah.
I don't flex either.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Because I don't want to hurt nobody. Like, why would I do that?
I'm glad you said that, because
You get what I'm saying?
I still have my first car, and it's raggedy. I have a Scion.
Man, you like Warren Buffett.
Yeah, dog. Like, okay, so I'm glad you do that.
I get the significance of it, and that's the word of the day, significance. I'm going to use that a lot.
Okay.
But, I think every time I do that, we got to take a sip of tea or something. Like
Significance. All right, that's our code word.
Got some coconut water there or something?
Coconut water,
yeah,
yes.
I could tell, man. It's looking cloudy. It's good for you.
Yes, it is.
Y'all got some more of that out there? Can I get some of that? Is that all right? Thank you so much. So when I come through, I don't want to flex.
Make an announcement.
I don't want to do it. I got to keep it pushing, bro.
Is it easy for you to blend in?
Hell no. Look at me.
Well, I mean, but that's the thing. Would you roll in this mood to Harlem?
All the time. But
Okay.
I take the train. I put a Pooh Shiesty on. I take the train. Sometimes I'm by myself. Sometimes I'm with security. I take the train to keep myself grounded.
Got you.
It's not even like trying to be cool and shit. I take yellow taxis. Because like Ubers, they do weird shit sometimes. If they recognize you, they'll call you back. They'll do stalky shit, try to give you a car, be extra.
Right.
You know what I mean? Take a recording from the... I'll take a yellow taxi. I'll walk there. I'll ride a city bike. You know what I mean? Like, I'm from here. I should be able to just go back there and relax. You know what I mean? And when I go back, I'm not trying to make brothers feel like my success is their demise.
Got you. So as a New Yorker, do you have spots that are like where it feels like home, where it feels like?
Absolutely. I go see my brother Ty Wild on the east side. Shout out ASAP Ty Wild. Johnson Projects. I go to AK. I ain't been to AK in a minute though, but I go to 140th and Lenox, my grandmother block, all the time. But if I'm just hanging out, I go to Melba's. If I ain't in Melba's in Harlem, I'm downtown at Smalls. If not, I'm at Django, at the Roxy, watching a nice movie or,
Dog,
enjoying
the
something.
movie theater, the Roxy?
That shit is fly, man. You know, I rent that.
Sometimes
shit
I rent. Oh, I was gonna say, man. I rent too.
I enter a void or something. Let's call some friends and we just chill out over there. Like that's the kind of shit I'm into. I'm in the dive bars. I'm in the lounges. I'm in the pubs. I'm not in the clubs. The club culture is dead. Why the fuck you want to be around a bunch of motherfuckers? Thank you, brother. I appreciate that. Why the hell you want to be around a bunch of motherfuckers having a staring contest?
Right.
What I'm flexing on you for, about to pay 10x how much a fucking beverage elixir costs in the fucking liquor store, and go over there and they want to charge you $1 million for a bottle of Casamigos in 1942. Get the fuck out of here. I could do this in my living room, call some friends over, have a gathering, no weirdos around, play some cards, some crazy eights, call it a day. Y'all could smoke in peace, y'all could chill. We could crack jokes on each other in peace. It ain't, but that's just where I'm at. To everybody having fun out there, getting paid, getting laid, do your thing. I ain't judging. Flacko, love you. Because at the end of the day, sometimes it's like occasional, but I feel like when you living in a club and you're not a promoter, you're not a dancer or a bartender or whatever the case is, it's like, that's kind of, it's just immorally backwards for a nigga like me, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's all.
The obvious white elephant in the room. You were christened with a moniker, with a name of God, Rakim. I just recently learned that your sister's name is Erica B. When I first heard the origin of your name, I was like, shit. Did you automatically feel destined or christened that this was going to be, like, when did you first learn who Rakim Allah was?
When I was like 3 or 4.
So you just asked, like, why did you name me Rakim? Or were people telling you?
Yeah, my pops and them was, so I used to be obsessed with Michael Jackson's Moonwalker.
Yeah.
Like, ever since I was like maybe like 6 months.
Same.
My mom would put me in a rocker and I'll just fall asleep to it. So
and put it on.
Yeah, I was watching it till I turned 2.
Right.
And I remember I have memories from being 2 and 3 years old to this day, right? I remember when my aunt had a fight on 116th and Morningside, and when she got sliced, all type of shit, right? But I was maybe 3 or 4 years old, and I was 3. And Rakim, I think Juice was out, right? Mm-hmm. So what year did Juice come out, guys?
92.
So, all right, look, 88, 89, 91, like 3, 4 years old. At least you know I ain't lying. The Ledge was on the TV.
Right.
And Rakim had the bucket hat Kango joint on. Mm-hmm. He was with Eric B, and my pops was like, that's Rakim. That's who you named after. You named after him. I just was like, damn, that motherfucker got swag. Yo, like, I thought that as a young nigga, like a young guy. Like, I was just, damn. And pardon me, I keep cursing and stuff. Is that all right? Is this some right. FCC shit right now?
Nah, you good.
All right, cool. Pardon my language. I'm just a little comfortable right now.
Well, you should be.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate the hospitality. And your crew is just so fine, man. They coming with all type of beverages. Thank you so much,
Thank you, guys. Wait a minute.
Subsequently.
I was like, wait, why y'all? I've never been this full. I'm big on time travel, astral traveling, like that sort of thing. If you could live in any time period, where would you go?
I would go to the Mali Empire around 1100s.
Oh, damn. Okay. Explain.
I mean, Mansa Musa, right? Like, at the end of the day, this is around the time that Africa, they try to make it legend, but this is around the time where Africa was getting a lot of, like, European countries out of debt and stuff like that, right? Mm-hmm. And this is predates, like, a lot of, like, the westernized and the
colonization,
the slavery,
yeah,
the colonialization and shit, right? And that was when it was just like Moors around. They were actually like, the king of like Spain was a black man and all of this other stuff. And I would have loved to see how like life was before history was rewritten for all of us, before we were all brainwashed and stuff like that. And yeah, I wonder what they hide in the Vatican. Like, for me, it's just like some things you can't like erase. Some things are just like inevitably there and obvious and just blatantly in your face. And I would have loved to like see like maybe even earlier than that. I would love to see how they fucking built pyramids, man, because I'm still curious.
Same.
Yeah.
Same.
How about you?
My level of time traveling has more or less to do with the acts I want to see. Probably the one period that really isn't truly documented well that's legendary is kind of the Harlem Renaissance of jazz. Yes.
You get on my nerves. I wanted to say that.
Sorry.
See, I got all philosophical. You got all cool, cat daddy on me.
Some of the best music ever created really wasn't documented all that much.
It wasn't. And Langston Hughes the first rapper.
Of course he was. Yes, absolutely. So, I mean, I would say that's, I'm curious to, about that time period as far as like the creatives. Really, I just want to see how Charlie Parker and probably John Coltrane operated. So that's why I would want to go probably to the 40s.
30s or 40s?
Well, I would say the 40s is when bop really started to
Cab
get its
Calloway.
wings. Yeah.
Shit.
So what would you say is, professionally speaking at least, what is the single moment that changed your life?
The single moment that changed my life is when I was introduced to A$AP Yams.
Tell me about it. Shout out to Yams, man.
Man, rest in peace to the homie, man. A$AP Yams was like responsible for all the pivotal moments in my career. I got a few moments that kind of changed my life, man. When I was 5, a stranger, in a very racist town, white man saved me from drowning. Yeah, man, I didn't even know his name. I was in a very racist town.
What?
I was in North Carolina.
What city?
I don't remember. It was like right outside of Charlotte. It was the sticks.
Okay.
He saved me. Me and my family were supposed to walk out together to the pool. Being from New York, I never been in the pool, so I was eager. So I thought they was behind me,
right? And
I did some Home Alone Macaulay Culkin shit, and I just walked out, and they just let the door close. And I went there, and I was practicing in my bathtub, so I thought I could fucking swim. You get what I'm saying? Come on, bro. I mean,
wow. Okay.
It was significantly accurate as a kid. You got to take a toast to that. 'Cause I said significant.
All right.
But this is delish. But yeah, I left out and I'm sitting there, got my legs in the water, tee to tie, like, and it's this guy with his family, right? He had like 2 daughters. They were like significantly older than me, and basically, I was he was like, hey buddy, you know how to swim sport? I was like, yeah, I know how to swim. He's like, yeah, for sure. So his son jumped in. His son was like a year or 2 older than me. Jumped in. It was like 8 feet. It went all like popped back up. So I decided to try it. When I went in, it wasn't until like maybe like 5 seconds panic. Just
What did it feel like?
Felt like I was drowning.
Okay.
But it was just like panic set in, and I was just like, you know what I'm saying? I was screaming under the water, so I, lost a lot of breath.
Okay.
And I'm talking about like, obviously in the tub, you don't open your eyes.
Right.
My eyes are open underwater. Black folks don't open their eyes in no chlorine. Like, my eyes are open, and I just see blue, and I'm just like, and I'm screaming. And I swear to God, this motherfucker popped out like Thor. I don't know how. He wasn't swimming. He came like this, gave me his arm. His arm was hairy as fuck. I grabbed it. And that motherfucker was, what? Like we was at SeaWorld or some shit like that. Like, just brought me up above the water, put me on the sideline, left me there. I'm on the side, crying to the point where I go back home, my mother damn near wanted to whoop me again. And my father's like, man, he already been through enough. The little motherfucker almost drowned. Let him, like, come on, man.
Even when your life is on the line, like, there still might be a whipping
Yeah.
waiting for you. Like, is that like, I'm glad you're alive. Now go in your room and wait till I get there.
Oh, she was about to whip me right then and there, wet, soaking wet. So it was going to be a bad one. Oof.
Has this discouraged you from swimming, or
Absolutely.
You have not done it since?
I learned how to swim at 30.
So you waited that long to jump back in the water?
Hell yes.
Damn.
I was traumatized, man.
How are you with it now?
Oh, I'm a great swimmer.
Okay.
And 6 feet. You know what I'm saying? Don't give me nothing more deep than that. It's quiet. You know
so you'll take it just a little bit.
As long as I can touch a toe, pop back up, I can do my little thing, man. I'll be all right. You know what I mean? Nah, I'm a good swimmer. I just learned, like, you know, density and stuff, and going in, you know, the sea, you don't really have to know how to swim to float. You just use your body and salt water and shit like that. It's really cool when you think about the physics of it. But, you know, I'm a decent swimmer, though, all jokes aside.
Yeah, I'm kind of raging with a little bit of jealousy because you were able to pull off a trick that I've not been able to pull off.
What's that? Talk to me.
How the hell did you manage to get Winona Ryder out the house?
Yo,
I've been phone friends with this person for years. She'll never come out the house. How did you get her out the house?
God, everything is aligning right now. Like, everybody from Tim Burton's ethos, from Tim Burton himself, Danny Elfman, Winona Ryder, a couple more people that I can't say as of yet because it's still a surprise. But, like,
okay. Oh, damn.
Yeah, like, Tim Burton played a really big part in this whole project. And she was so down. She was so cool.
She's a hip-hop head.
Yo, she's cool as shit. She had her own fucking merch. She had old fucking Beavis and Butthead and Pink Floyd shit. Like, she was so cool, man. And I can't wait. Like, hopefully with the grace of God, I could share the silver screen with her one day, and I would be honored to do it. Like, yo, she is cool as fuck. She gets so much cool points in my book, man.
You worked with another hero of mine, which is Danny Elfman. And, you know, Tim Burton, of course, is also the hero. You were talking about, like, sample clearances and all that stuff back a few years ago or whatever. Like, what was the process? Like, why did it take so long for this album to come to fruition?
Dummies keep leaking my shit.
Okay. You record it, and then next thing you know, it's out.
Just like that.
So now you realize that you're at the level where you have to protect your shit. And
man, I realize I'm at the level where I gotta change my number every 3 months, you know? And I make everybody around me change their numbers and emails.
For real?
Frequently. Cause once one person is breached, it's like a virus. You're gonna spread that shit. It's contagious. What they do is they trick you. They'll put, like, you know, ASAPRocky@org.com. And if you're not really clicking it, and they'll have intel. Mm-hmm. They'll be like, you know, they'll talk about a record. And I don't know how they know. And if you're not smart, you'll click on that and you breached.
Damn, okay.
Just like that.
So you felt that because it got leaked to the public or whatever, that it was still tainted even
absolutely
as a work of art? Like, you had to divorce yourself from it?
To be honest with you, and, like, you know, I'm not indecisive as much as people would assume. Mm-hmm. I just evolve. So, like, what you made yesterday, you might be over it by next week or next month or next year. So sometimes when you sit on stuff too long, it get leaked and all this shit happens, you be over it. You on to the next one. And sometimes, like, your sound, it evolves and changes with you. So your taste preference changes. And you might be over this kind of sound and you on to this kind of sound, experiment with that. And I think with this album, too, you know, it's not only just that it was getting leaked. Like, I was waiting on Tim. He was doing Beetlejuice Part 2 and Wednesday and all type of shit. So, you know, it was just all about the right moment for me, you know?
Like, what's your favorite work of Tim Burton's? Like, why did you choose him to collaborate with on this record?
I chose him because I'm heavily inspired by German Expressionism. That's like his go-to aesthetic. When you look at him, you could tell. And the reason why I think that German expressionism is significant. Gotta take a shot. I don't got no more. Can I please have another coconut water? The reason why I think German expressionism is amazing is because if you think about it, it's almost equivalent to how you think about like sci-fi.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have any ghetto sci-fi. You don't have any ghetto expressionism.
Okay.
That's what I could provide. And I put my take on it and develop something new, which is genre bending and which is like forthcoming, new of its own. It's new in its own light. You know, you take two components that are pre-existing, mash them together as like infuse them, mm-hmm. and make a hybrid of something that's brand new. Black people don't like, I'm sorry, I just labeled all of us, but like hip hoppers mostly don't really, know about German expressionism, which allowed me to offer something new to them, mm-hmm. to my crowd, to my people and shit. And, I think that he's the king of that shit. And the film that I fell in love with my first film that I fell in love with was A Nightmare Before Christmas.
God.
And my dad bought me that, and I had that on mute, and I had Vincent, his first college film. I had it all on mute while I was recording the album, and all of the songs would kind of go to that. And my boy who
that was your visual board inspiration.
That was my
as
mood
you were
board.
recording. Okay.
I use motion pictures as a mood board. Yeah.
Well, congrats, man, because that to me is, that's what I would call a come up.
Thank you, man.
And a great come up. What's the thought process or the inspiration that you go through in order to determine this is the sound that I want to go with, this is the visuals I want to go with, and the art I want to go with?
I've always been this way, man. Like, 11 years ago, I made a song named LSD.
Mm-hmm.
That same year, I made that song in 2014 and released it in 2015. The same session is when I recorded the song Sundress that everybody's in love with. So, and I didn't release Sundress until 2018.
Mm-hmm.
And so, it's always just been in me, and I try to make what we consider timeless music so that you can't really put a timestamp on it or expiration date on it. Because music needs to outlive the artist.
Right.
And that's why you got Jefferson Airplane, you got, Pink Floyd and Jimi Hendrix and, great people like Nat King Cole and like, even going back to, the early Renaissance days of, people like Louis Armstrong,
mm-hmm.
and et cetera, et cetera. The list goes on. Billie Holiday. All of these people are timeless. Frank Sinatra, they make timeless music. And the music that I wanted to, affiliate my brand and my lineage and my, like, whole catalog discography with
mm-hmm.
was genre bending from the start. And if there would be no A$AP Rocky if it wasn't for experimentational music or cloud rap or trill shit, or when we first came out, they never knew where we was from. Are they from Cali? Are they from the Midwest?
I didn't know where you were from. When I heard Harlem, Texas? I was like, okay.
Memphis, like, where these motherfuckers from? New York, Harlem, and the Bronx. What the fuck? Gold teeth,
mm-hmm.
braids. Now that's a standard. That's regular.
Got you. This particular project, Don't Be Dumb, is inspired by the personas that you and Tim Burton created. Can you talk about the origin of Shirthead, like the characters that you have for?
Okay, so they all inspired by just aesthetics that I created in the past, like 7 years, right?
Mm-hmm.
Since my last album. So the last album I did was called Testing, and it had Crash Dummies.
Mm-hmm.
That was the whole aesthetic, crashing out, right? This is the answer to that. After the Crash Dummy was the Babushka Boy.
Mm-hmm.
After the Babushka Boy was the shirt heads. The shirt heads is significant to the Moors. We could get into that later. Shout out to Brother Tyreek. I don't know if you guys seen Hidden Colors, but I get a lot of like my education and my information, you know, from watching what he did, reading up on like different professors that he would, you know, recommend and talking to brothers like him, you know. So, you know, it's a lot of like hidden black history and that goes across the whole globe that we don't really know about. So I try to embed that or include that into my aesthetic without feeling like I'm preaching to motherfuckers. You know, it's just a little like if you know kind of situation. Right. And so after that was this Rocky Rugahan, the Pearl King persona where I wear like, you know, multiple jeans and stuff, and that's me getting into ghetto expressionism, you know? And after that is the guy that's sitting in front of you today, which we call Mr. Mayers, you know, the dad, the entrepreneur, the multifaceted, talented rapper, director, actor, handsome fella, fashionista, et cetera, you know?
That's a mic drop moment for me. I don't got nothing else after that.
So those are all the characters that Tim Burton depicted on the cover, all the personas and alter egos of myself.
Okay. Who is your creative North Star? Who would you say your top 3 heroes are, and just in terms of like the creatives hip-hop? That you, not even hip hop, just in life, like. But okay, I'll say go with hip hop.
It's too many people for me to just. That's why you got to pick a category or margin or something, or just like a.
Okay, in music.
I mean, in music, if you want to talk about dance and stuff like Bob Fosse, Fred Astaire, Charlie Chaplin. Well, I mean, he was film, right. But fucking music, genres, you know, psychedelics, mod psych, rock and roll, fucking, of course, hip hop, rap, you know, gangster rap, the golden age, you guys, you know, soulful music. I just think it's just so I'm a fucking sponge. I'm inspired by every fucking thing. If I get inspired by something, I know how to use that to my advantage without appropriating or biting or stealing. You know what I'm saying?
So you filter it through your own creativity so that it comes.
Absolutely. I like how you worded that. Very eloquent of you.
Let's go to 2010. What was in your mind, in Rakim's mind in 2010, what was your definition of making it? Like, I want to get into the game, and this is what I think making it is.
Everything that happened to me is what I, define as making it. All the blessings, all the.
So even in 2010, you had the foresight to know.
For sure.
This is the path that you're going to travel.
For sure. 2009, I knew.
You got to understand that's no. I think that's a beautiful thing. But I kind of came up in the generation before, in which, like if you listen to Biggie's lyrics in Juicy, really making it was just like having a dope video game system.
Super Nintendo.
a place to swim in your backyard.
I mean, that's making
it. And getting a good review in a magazine. Like
5 mics in the sauce.
Yeah. I mean, like, for real, like Jay-Z's the first rapper who even uttered words that most rappers lived at home with their mama. You know what I mean? Like Eazy-E's talking about in Boys in the Hood, gotta get drunk for
my mama start bitching
about my friends. Right. And even Snoop, like, my mama ain't home. But Jay-Z, like, owned property. And to me, that was a big deal in 97. Like, oh, he's dreaming of property. So we weren't, I mean, statistically, I don't think black people were ever taught to dream. Because we had to hustle. You know what I mean?
And Jay-Z was a hustler.
Yeah, but then he became a dreamer. And back then I just thought, like, well, they're just lying. They don't have that stuff. But now we call it manifesting now. So, but for you, this is the path that you're on right now is exactly what you wanted it to be back in 2010 when you first started.
I was referring to 2011 2012 when I was talking about 2010.
Got it.
Yeah, like I was just like, I knew it, you know. And to be honest, I'm not trying to sound like I'm a fake psychic on some Miss Cleo shit, but I knew, like, I can't settle for less. I can't settle for this. If I'm hopping the train right now, that's right now. Because I know, like, it's going to happen. It has to. I used to just be like, these motherfuckers is corny. I'm like, they need me in life. I knew they needed me. I knew I wasn't normal. You know, not to just come across so cocky. I'm full of myself, but the truth of the matter is I'm quite accurate. Like, I don't think
it's cocky at all.
Yeah.
Like, if anything, I think we need to be more in the space of owning it.
Right.
Because, again, we've been taught to be humble, modest, small, right?
Yeah.
And fuck that.
Yeah, for sure.
Fuck that.
And I just was looking like, man, this shit needs me. You know,
right.
Our culture has been exploited so many times, right? And to the point where you can't even identify it no more, or really kind of, connect it to any what we attribute or just contributions that just don't even correlate to the culture anymore. What is the culture? What does that even mean, right? So it's just like, it's to a place where I just want to show people how to just be the best them, be the best artists. You know what I mean? Because we come from an era where you have to keep it real. You know what I mean? And mostly all the real niggas I know is dead in jail.
True.
It's no space. It's not a climate to be real. Which, if you real, keep it to yourself. Because the moment you sniff that out,
then they'll test
come for you. Yeah, man.
How do you deal with? It took me like 5 years to reacclimate myself with the word failure. Like, first I thought failure was like a bad thing. Like, I failed. Now I embrace failure as a lesson. Okay, learn not to do that again. So how do you deal with what's the biggest rejection you've ever gotten, and how did you overcome it?
It started out with a girl.
Okay.
The first time you get rejected by that one girl, you like, damn, she kind of could crush your pride, right?
Yeah.
Like, the fuck, is it me? You know what I'm saying? Then you be like, look at me, then look at yourself, sweetheart. Like, you got to tell yourself, like, you're bugging. You're lost, right? So that's how I take anytime, like, I do something that I'm positive about, confident about. And if it, quote unquote, fails, I take it as a lesson learned, just like what you just said, man. Like, I definitely was in a place where if I did something that was considered a failure, it hit me hard because I'm so compassionate about everything that I do or everything that I'm involved in. It's not just about putting numbers on the board and just saying, oh, I did that for bragging rights. Nah, I love this shit. And, I'm a Renaissance man, so I care about it. I care a lot. So if I fail to somebody else's standards, but to my own individual standards, sometimes failure and success could be subjective. As long as you feel like you succeeded. But if it's something that you did fail at, if you're going to keep pursuing it, just make sure you bigger and better next time. Stronger and faster and smarter next time.
How do you deal with creative blocks?
Smoke weed.
Okay.
If not, like, work with people that, like, are very creative. Like, I've ran into moments where I had a lot on my plate and I would have the baby come through, Big Sean come through, and I'll just, Paris, Texas, I had these guys come through and I'd be like, hey, put a flow down. Like, some guys wouldn't even say words. They get gibberish. And that could inspire you and push you to write your own shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not really too keen to, like, ghostwriters, but the baby is one of the first artists that I ever collaborated with on some bars, and the last artist too. You get what I'm saying? Like, I guess I come from an era where that's just a no. But when you block yourself from creating by having an ego and shit like that, that's when you your own worst enemy. And when I let my guard down and he was listening to me about how to produce, he produced his own first record. He was like, yo, bro, we really feed off of each other's energy. Shout outs to the baby, man. He's one of the illest MCs and lyricists I know, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think writer's block, if you put a powerful component in the room with you, it'll help. It doesn't matter if you're a novelist, a journalist, a poet, or a rapper, a lyricist. You put a cool motherfucker that you could bounce energy off of, like, in the same room as you gonna come up with something good, man. Trust me, man.
Question.
What's up?
What's the last lie that you told?
I mean, I used to be lying like a motherfucker, man. In what kind of context we talking?
What's the best lie you've told?
The best lie I ever told?
Yeah.
Let me think. I mean, motherfucker, you say all type of lies to get some pussy back in the day. I mean, but like,
right.
I mean, now I try not to lie, man. I might fabricate a little nowadays, but I try not to lie because it's like, I don't lie to God. I don't lie to my mother, my woman. I ain't about to lie to these motherfuckers. Like, when you tell the truth and own it, nobody could burst your bubble. You know what I mean? They can't really blow your spot, pull your card. They can't, because you already owning it. You owning that flaw. Like, you know what I'm saying? And like, if it's a situation where you doing something that you couldn't bear to live with, don't do it. Or if that's really you living your truth, that's it. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you a killer, you know what I'm saying, I wouldn't recommend self-snitching on yourself.
Right,
but like, if you know you a killer at heart, you just gotta like accept the fact that you might do life in prison. You know what I'm saying? Accept the fact, like, if you a prostitute, you know what I'm saying, and you sell some pussy and shit like that, whatever, you just admit it to yourself that you a hooker. Like, that's just it. Like, as simple as that. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to all sex workers out there. Sex positive here. All right. So when I first got my advance, the very first thing I did was I went out and purchased 12 pairs of Pumas in every color spectrum. I was young and dumb, but yes, I went out and purchased. The way you looking at me right now is the way my dad looked at me. Like, yo, what the fuck? Where'd you buy all these sneakers from? Talk about your collaboration with Puma. Like, how did that come to be? We all know that you're the fashion god. So for you, I know that if you loan your credibility to any brand, that it's official. Why did you choose Puma? And talk about that collaboration.
I chose Puma because Puma was family. Mm-hmm. My girl already did like crazy work with them,
right?
Inspirational shit. Like, I don't know how many years ago, 12, 13 years ago, you know. My manager, Jay Brown, my brother, Emery Jones, Jay-Z, my family at Rock Nation, they all helped like usher that deal for me. Here we are, because it's just like, I need to be able to get out my ideas. That's my main first priority.
Who's your top 5 best dressed?
Best dressed what?
I gotta get specific.
Yeah, because there's a lot of best dressed motherfuckers, man.
Who do you respect in terms of just, okay, it's one thing when you're doing promotions or whatever. Do you dress like this just on a regular everyday, like if you weren't doing promotions?
Hell yeah.
All right, you gotta be my mentor, man. I thought I was saying shit with Greg Lauren or whatever, but nah, I feel like
I mean, come on, that's Ralph Lauren's nephew, man.
I feel I gotta step my game up. But for you,
not even.
Like, who are the 5 people that you respect their fashion game?
Yeah, I seen Big, Kanye West.
Mos? He made the list?
Of course.
Nice.
That man was rickied out to the. So I got my name Pretty Flacko from him. He gave it to me. You know?
That I did not know.
He gave me permission because a Dominican girlfriend gave it to me before I was famous, and then when I got famous, he named me. That's why my name is Lord Pretty Flacko Jodye II, because he's
the first.
Flacko's
okay.
son, you know, that's big bro right there. Shout outs to Mos Def, man. It's my big brother. But basically, him, man, it's more than 5 though. So can I just
So will someone get offended if they're not on your list?
They might, but I mean,
all right, just name them.
Forgetting.
All right.
All right, so Ye, Pharrell, Grand Pooba, Mos Def, Fabulous, Dipset.
I'm glad Pooba made your list because people don't acknowledge that. He's really, I think, the first rapper with swag in terms of.
I fuck with Kool Keith.
Okay.
Who else was a fly? Slick Rick. Slick Rick was a fly, bro. Fucking. Who else was that nigga, man? I mean, Kane was fly, but he wasn't. To me, I mean, Kane might have had more money, but he wasn't fucking with Slick Rick. But Kane a fly nigga. But who else? I mean, even Jay, man, he had his eras that, like the T-shirt on the head.
Yes.
Jay-Z used to do that, man. You know what I'm saying? The Yankee fitted, tilted.
Is there a fashion trend that you regret following?
Yeah.
As a Harlem Night, did you have to go through your pink period?
Yeah, but I'm still on my pink shit.
Okay.
It's Harlem. I think a fashion trends that I tend to start is what I regret sometimes. You know what I'm saying? But
because you don't get to shine on your own shit.
Nah, because some of that shit looks ridiculous 15 years later. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Okay. Like what? All right. So is there a piece of clothing that you should get rid of, but you can't let go?
Remember that?
Like how sentimental are you?
Nah, man, that shit is out the door. Remember that brand KTZ?
Yes.
That shit was garbage.
But you loved it.
I used to wear that shit, man.
Have you ever gotten roasted for any of your outfits?
For sure. Some people don't be getting the vision.
But, I mean, you can own it now. I mean,
I appreciate that, man. I do. Look, they could roast me. They could cook me. They could deep fry me. They could saute, whatever they want. I'm that nigga. Like, it's nobody who could fuck with my fashion sense, and my taste is impeccable. I'm just like, I impress myself a lot.
You have to. You have to be your own champion. I believe you have to be your own champion. What is your proudest non-work achievement, non-music achievement? Like
my family, man. Just being a dude to show guys yo, get you a nice girl, chill out sometimes, cause look at Shannon Sharp. Look at girls be I don't want to throw people under the bus or nothing like that, but they out to get them. They out to get you right now. You can have a little bit of money. You can have a lot of bit of money. You can have a little bit of fame. You can be very famous. You could be synonymous or anonymous, but they out here to just, make a name for themselves. Dudes is worse than females these days. You got dudes that's having sex with girls and then going on podcasts to talk about it. It's just like everybody got the game fucked up. It's these youngsters, so I ain't outside like that. Like, they scared me, you know what I'm saying? And I think I got out the game at the right time, you feel me?
For me, I'll say that one of my weak points was people pleasing. Where you start thinking of other people's feelings and managing their feelings before you even.
That's what got me to this place. People pleasing, giving a fuck, having survivor's remorse or survivor's guilt. Man, fuck that shit. Look, life is like this. We evolve. We're born to evolve. You gotta realize that's why they show you the man evolution from primate to caveman to now, even though I don't think that any of my ancestors were cavemen, but that's another story. But basically, I feel like if I'm in a place where I'm evolving creatively, or my integrity, or my creative integrity, or just I'm maturing at a certain pace, if my peers who are really close to me aren't growing at that rapid pace at the same time, I mean, it's quiet. There's nothing I could do, because I'm gonna have to really, come down to your level to really see you eye to eye at that point. And I'm not trying to step on nobody and make it seem like I'm a big man like that because of my success and, accolades. Man, Snoop Dogg told me this in 2013 on the interview. He told me, you're going to have friends that's going to stay here and you're going to go there. And the only way For y'all to be friends, you got to come back down here, man. Fuck that shit. I ain't doing that no more.
How easy is it to spring clean, to let dead weight go?
Oh, I thought you were talking about my closets.
Oh, you mean literally? No.
Oh, yeah. Oh, well, I mean, I spring clean in the winter and fall, all that. But
I mean, spring cleaning
easy.
in terms of...
I know what you mean. Like, you know,
if I'm the smartest guy in my circle, then I'm like, I need a new circle. I need to be...
You know why I never really fucked with that theory and concept?
Really?
You know why I don't fuck with that?
Why?
Because every circle need a leader. The leader has to be smarter by default. Who you gonna follow? That's kind of like a paradox.
All right, you planted that in my head.
Low key. There's nothing wrong with that. Like, ASAP Yams was a month younger than me.
Right.
He was my leader. He was my mentor.
Mm-hmm.
And we was the same fucking age. Right now, Robert Gallardo, happy birthday to you. That's my brother. Today's his birthday. Happy birthday, bro.
Happy birthday.
He is my creative director and mentor to this day. I got mentors like my lawyer. He's my big brother. Mm-hmm. My manager. Then I got personal people who mentor me. I'm never, ever too old or too big or too cool to learn or follow somebody else's lead, because you can't know everything, man. And that's the thing. You know how much pressure it is being a leader? You know, I've been the leader of a crew for over 15 years. You think I wanted that shit? I did my best for everybody to look at us equally.
Are you a reluctant leader? Are you comfortable with leading?
If the shoe fit, I wear it. I don't never want to be labeled as such. I do what I do. And if these motherfuckers follow suit, then that mean they look as good as I look.
All right, my man. Thank you.
Appreciate you. This was
the new guy, rock him. Thank you, man, for coming on the Questlove show. And we will see you guys on the next go-round. All right?
Peace. Bless. Don't be dumb.
The Questlove show is hosted by me, Ahmir Questlove Thompson. The executive producers are Sean G., Brian Calhoun, and me. Produced by Brittany Benjamin and Jake Payne. Produced for iHeart by Noel Brown. Edited by Alex Conroy. iHeart video support by Mark Canton. Logos, graphics, and animation by Nick Paloe. Additional support by Lance Coleman. Special thanks to Kathy Wrong. Special thanks to Sugar Steve Mandel. Please subscribe, rate, review, and share the Questlove Show wherever you stream your podcast. Make sure you follow us on socials. That's at QLS. Check out hundreds and hundreds of QLS episodes, including the Questlove Supreme shows and our podcast archives. Questlove Show is a production of iHeartRadio.